Welcome back, everyone. We're going to talk about who'd have guessed it? We're going to talk about the iPhone SE 2020 again, but this time it's not a battery review, it's nothing. I'm actually going to do a follow-up review, one that I haven't done since this SE2 became a 1 month old, and now it's 2 months old. It's like walking a little bit, it's talking here and there. And with the SE2, what I'll tell you is that this phone, honestly, not crazy things have changed, but I have done a few more comparisons and I've really kind of showcased what the iPhone SE2 is actually really impressive at now, and more so what it's not impressive at either, if I'm being honest. Now, if you want to hear a really good side of the SE2 and all that, you can watch my full review I've done with it, or even my 1 month follow-up. That was pretty good. But with the iPhone SE2 right now, 2 months in, after I've done those battery tests, I realized, dude, like, the iPhone SE2 is a hit or miss when it really comes down to it, especially when you compare it to some other phones in the market. So the iPhone SE2 compared to the iPhone 8 has a little bit of better battery life, which I like. Okay, the 6S, it's better than the 7, it's better than the iPhone XS. The iPhone XS has better battery life as expected. Now, one of my most popular comparisons I did with the iPhone SE2 was against the Samsung Galaxy S10e. And at first I looked at the numbers, I looked at them, I used them both extensively side by side, and I was like, you know what? The Galaxy S10e probably has better battery life, but it's not going to be like a crazy amount, it's going to be by a little bit. And I totally take that back. My iPhone SE2 did not last as long as my Galaxy S10e. I would say the S10e has like 50% better battery life than the iPhone SE2, meaning that when the iPhone SE2 is fully dead, the Galaxy S10e will probably end up being at like around that 50% mark. So that's a humongous thing right there. Battery life is going to be much better on those phones, and still that's one of the biggest disadvantages for the iPhone SE2 that I've realized within the last couple months. Standby time really isn't even that great either, if I'm being honest. But really everything else besides this phone is still pretty good. The screen, a lot of people hate on it. I think it's perfectly fine. You know what you're getting when you're buying this phone. You're not getting any like crazy things or no bells and whistles, but it still gets the job done for sure. As long as you're next to a charger, I think a majority of you will be fine. And that in and of itself is probably my biggest takeaway within the last month, especially. Pricing wise, it still hasn't gone down that much. You can probably pick them up for around $350 in the used market. I'll find the cheapest one on Amazon, I'll link it down below, so you can get them from there and help support the channel at the same time. But really, when it comes down to it, still the same old. Performance is still tremendous though. I will say this phone gives me a faster and smoother experience than my Galaxy S10e. Even though that's on One UI 2, this phone, even though the battery life might be whatever, it's still an extremely fast phone, still one of the fastest phones in the market. And I'll definitely tell you, if you're in the market for a phone, it doesn't really get much better than this for a budget phone, especially when you consider a used one of these has gone down a little bit. I would still highly recommend picking them out to be completely honest. The camera is still great. I've done many camera comparisons. Those are still great too. This phone has gotten software updates as well, which is really impressive. We have since gotten iOS 13.5.1, which was okay. It's just like a bug fix update. iOS 14 is coming out tomorrow, which is pretty insane. So I'm going to talk about that. Don't forget. And on top of that, this phone actually got a jailbreak within the last month too. That was the uncovered jailbreak. I didn't jailbreak my iPhone SE2, but I've jailbroken tons of phones. And again, as usual, tremendous phone. I like it a lot. And a jailbroken one of these would be insane. And I'll probably make a video about jailbreaking the SE2 if you guys want to see it. But that's really pretty much it, guys. If you have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much. But definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count. So it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. All those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate if you guys to check it out. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.